Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's happening with it? Y'all already know what it is. You tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing. There you go, talking that boxing again. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Y'all already know what time it is. It's heating up. It's getting hectic off in this. Yeah, it's getting hectic off in this thing. It's heating up. We got a whole lot to cook on. So make sure that y'all hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you coming in and you're new. But make sure that you hit the like button and jump in the comments. Let me know you in the building. You know, we got my man Gertz in the building. What it do? What it do? Jose in the building. What's happening with it? Dank Father off in the building. What it do? He said best face off he's seen in a while. Hey, them boys is real. Wasn't nothing fake about that. I love it though. I love it. Jay Grant, what it do? My man Ferret in the building. What's happening with it? Yes, sir. What's happening with it? Crush in the building. Jeremy Lee in the building. What it do? Manny in the building. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. Yeah, I'm excited about this one. It's a lot going on, y'all. It's a lot going on that we definitely gonna cook up on today. My man D Free in the building. What's happening with it, D Free? Straight out that DC. Manny in the building. What it do? What it do? Yeah, I can't wait. You know, we got some cooking to do today. Jerome King off in the building. What's happening with it? Yeah. Yeah, fire card. Ain't no downtime in this with this card. You dig what I'm saying? Ain't no downtime going down with this card. My man KG in the building. Big KG. Big Ken's Barbecue in the building. Oh, yeah, man. You know, I'll jack up some names, but he said I pronounced his name right. And salute to my man, again, Keith Pierre. What's happening with it? Philly Bull 91. What it do? Mr. AMG in the building. Wow. What's happening with it? DP Rocker in the building. And like I said, as y'all come in the building, make sure that you smash the like button, hit the thumbs up as you come in the building. Smooth groove straight from that Oak Cliff off in the building. What's happening with it? Yeah. Man, that whole press conference was fire ass press conference, man. It got me hyped up. I'm geeked up. You know what I'm talking about? And I can't wait, man. I can't wait till Saturday night. Them boys was real. I mean, even Jose Raul Valenzuela, him and Chris Colbert, you know what I'm talking about? Even they was going at it. And David Benavidez, man, I'll tell y'all one thing. Caleb Plant had a whole different energy this press conference. You know what I'm talking about? Caleb Plant, he brought it this press conference. It wasn't none of that hands in my pocket. You know, it wasn't none of that. Caleb Plant looked like he fight ready now. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? So like I said, we going to talk about that. We going to talk about all of this breaking news. Errol Spence and Terence Crawford is official. We going to talk about all of that. You know what I'm talking about? So, come on in. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button. Take a seat as we get ready to cook up. Wise, what's happening with it? Salute. My man Manny say Ramos versus Spencer's two youngins, one of them getting KO. I don't think it's gonna be no KO in that fight, but it's gonna be a good fight. I think both of them I think that fight gonna go the distance, but I think it's gonna be a hell of a fight. You dig? My man Dub right side, always on the right side, respectfully. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let them know, Smooth Groove. Hit that goddamn like button. Rocky say, what's the line on Plant versus Benavidez by 9-round KO? Shit, I don't know what it is, but I know if you get if it is a KO and you bet the right round, you know what I'm talking about? I know you're gonna be making a lot of money. You know what I'm talking about? But Sir Isaac in the building. What's happening with it? What it do? I didn't even hear. Oh man, I ain't hear Caleb Plant tell him that. But you know, David Benavidez is a clean fighter. I know if he said that, I didn't hear him say that, but you telling me he said that. If he said that, we already know what that is insinuating. But we know David Benavidez and Caleb Plant, they clean fighters. You know what I'm saying? They both clean fighters. And that's another good thing about this fight. We ain't got to worry about none of that in this fight. A lot of fights on the low, you know what I'm saying? On the low, we got to worry about that in a lot of fights. A lot of these dudes, you know what I'm talking about, you put that needle in their vein and draw that blood out, you know, they ain't living right. A lot of these dudes, if you put that needle in their vein and draw that blood out, they not living right. But we ain't got to worry about that with David Benavidez and Caleb Plant. You know what I'm talking about? Dank Father said, damn, nah, David got to be clean from PEDs. He said, other thing, I can't say. Yeah, it's another thing. We can't say that about David. You know what I'm talking about? And like I said, this is for me. For me, I can't wait for this fight because personally, you got two of my favorite fighters. I'm a huge fan of Caleb Plant. I'm a huge fan of David Benavidez. These are two of my favorite fighters. And these are two fighters that I've been wanting to see get it on for years and years and years. So, man, I can't wait. Tubi Leak, what's happening with it? Manny say he think that David may have overtrained. I wouldn't say that, man. I think that David just know, like he said, man, he up for this fight. He said he ain't never worked this hard for a fight in his life. And we can see, man. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Boy had them abs busting out, Manny. He had them abs busting out, dog. And Caleb Plant is like, look, this ain't nothing new for me. I'm always in great shape, which is true. But Caleb did it also. Also, Caleb did implement a lot of new things in his training camp. He admitted. So, you know, man, I can't wait. I can't wait. Brian Bradley, what's happening with it? Philly Bull, what it do? Let's talk about you know, before, because so we got a lot to cook on. I got a lot I want to cook on with this David Benavidez and Caleb Plant situation. With this breaking news, Errol Spence and Terence Crawford bullshit all over again. We're going to talk about that. But before we do that, let's cook on a little bit. Let's cook on, you know, Mayweather kicking y'all boy Tank Davis out the gym. You know what I'm talking about? A lot of people think that's fake news. I think it's real. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think that they just doing that for the publicity, but it didn't really come out. You got to look at the way the news came out. You dig what I'm saying? You got to look at the way the news came out. Like with the whole Gervonta Davis and Floyd Mayweather and Tank getting kicked out of the gym, right? You kind of got to look at the way the news came out. Because I seen a lot of people in my comments in the video I dropped letting everybody know what had happened. I seen a lot of people saying that, you know, it's just for promotion. You know, every time that Tank Davis have a fight, it's always an issue between Floyd and Gervonta Davis. So I can see, and y'all hit my like button. Y'all smash the like button. Get the likes up. It's free. It don't cost you nothing. But I hear a lot of people saying, well, this is fake. This is just for publicity, because every time Gervonta Davis have a fight, him and Floyd all of a sudden got some beef. So I understand why people feel like this is just another publicity stunt to promote the fight. But y'all got to go back and look at how the news came out. You know what I'm saying? That's why when I did my video, I went through how all the news came out to catch people up on, what was going down with this fight. Now, if you look at how the news came out, it ain't like that they put out the news like that. You know what I'm talking about? The way the news came out is Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis, they going back and forth, doing what they do, getting at each other online. And then Tank Davis, he started threatening Ryan Garcia, threatening them, saying, hey, you better shut up before I let everybody know what happened to you in the gym. And then Ryan Garcia like, bro, shut up. You know what I'm talking about? You always talking about, something that happened to me. Well, I know some stuff that went down with you too. And so right there, Tank Davis thinking that Ryan Garcia gonna drop the news while they going back and forth on Twitter. So Tank, he like, man, fuck it. I'm gonna say it before you get to say it. So I'm gonna let everybody know before you come out and get to running your mouth and dropping the news. I'm gonna drop the news myself. You ain't talking about nothing but Floyd petty ass kicking me out the gym. Now I said it. That's how it came out. It's kind of like, now I said it. It's already out. Now what you got to say? I'm not worried about that shit. You ain't finna be on Twitter, right, threatening me to come out with some news, because I'm going to come out with the news myself. So that's how it came out. Now, when I looked at the whole ordeal and I'm seeing how the news came out, I'm like, nah, this is real. This ain't no fake news. You know what I'm talking about? This is real. So, yeah, man. With that being said, man, hey, I don't know what went down. I don't know what went down, but I will find out what went down. Oh, trust me, I'm going to find out what went down, and I'm going to be letting y'all know soon what really went down, why he got kicked out of the gym. I'll find out. I'm going to holler at some people behind the scenes. I'm going to find out. But with that being said, hey, all it do is it make the fight bigger, because it's another storyline. Now, I don't think it's fake, but it do help promote the fight. If it needed any help promoting it, but it do help promote the fight. It make the fight bigger. It's another storyline to the fight, but it don't surprise me. Like I said, him kicking Tank out the gym, y'all got to understand, Tank and Floyd don't really fuck with each other like that anyway. You know what I'm talking about? They not buddy like that. The only reason Gervonta Tank Davis and Floyd Mayweather have any type of dealings with each other up and now is because, for one, like I told y'all, and y'all get the likes up. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Help me get the likes up. Hit the like button. I know it's a lot of people in the building right now that have not hit the like button. So, it's easy. Hit the like button if you want to support the channel so I can continue to come on here giving y'all these live streams. You can support it by, like I said, number one thing, hitting the like button. You can support it also by hitting the super chat and hitting the Cash App. But anyway, like I said, they don't like each other anyway. It's a couple reasons why they even dealing with each other right now as we speak, or were even dealing with each other. One reason was because they didn't have no choice but to deal with each other for this Ryan Garcia fight. It's a stipulation that Mayweather and Leonard Ellerbe and TMT Promotions had put into play, that if this Ryan Garcia fight happened, that Floyd Mayweather and TMT Promotions, right, in order to let Tank go before he chunked the deuce, they already had rights to this fight. TMT Promotions already had rights to this fight. So they already knew if the Ryan Garcia fight go down, we're going to be one of the promoters in this fight. We gonna get our share. You know what I'm talking about? We gonna get our share of the bag if this fight ever happened. So y'all gotta think. Tank got a lot of people dipping in his pockets. Gervonta, but that's a whole nother story. But Gervonta Davis, he got a lot of people dipping in his pockets when it comes to making this fight happen. Because like I told y'all, once again, it was already set in stone that TMT Promotions was going to be one of the promoters for this fight. But that's one of the only reasons that Floyd Mayweather and Tank is dealing with each other, you know what I'm saying, right now anyway. Another reason is because Leonard Ellerbe has a very, very good relationship with Tank. Not Floyd Mayweather. Floyd ain't never, you know what I'm saying? Floyd fell out with Tank a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? They didn't fell out. They didn't got cordial. They never been cool like that. And I'm not going to go into it why they fell out originally and why they, you know, Floyd Mayweather feels some type of way about Gervonta Tank Davis. I'm not going to get into it on this live stream. You know what I'm talking about? Because I think that's kind of crossing the line, putting people personal family business and things like that out in the open and really digging into it. I said, I made a comment about it on my video, if y'all watched the video, but you know, for me to elaborate it on this live, I'm not finna get into all of that. But you know, so they don't mess with each other, and it's more so Floyd Mayweather don't mess with Tank like that. And he has a reason not to. You feel me? Floyd Mayweather has every reason in the world not to fuck with Tank like that. And you know, it ain't nothing about Floyd hating on Tank and jealous of Tank, because why would a billionaire be jealous of a man that has, you know, maybe 10 million, if that? It ain't no jealousy, but Floyd has a valid reason. And any man in here, you know what I'm saying, any man in here that got kids and have daughters, and if you know, you know. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to get into the situation, but if you know, you know. Any man that got daughters, they'll understand why Floyd Mayweather feels some type of way about Gervonta Davis. Because, you know, hey, you know, I'll leave it at that. So they don't really mess with each other. So Floyd was training in Tank was training in Floyd's gym. You got to understand, any little argument that they have, you feel me? Any argument that they have, any little issue that they have, Floyd already kind of pretty much deep down inside don't fuck with him. So he gonna take, you know what I'm saying, anything gonna make Floyd blow up. Yeah, DP Rocker, 150% DP Rocker. You know what I'm saying? And you 150% right about that, DP Rocker. But like I'm saying, any little thing, any little issue that they have, Floyd gonna blow up. It's like, I already don't like this nigga. So, yeah, get the fuck out my shit. And that's just what it is, you know? It's his gym. He can kick anybody out he pleases. And it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Floyd and Tank don't fuck with each other like that. And like I said, it's more so Floyd not fucking with Tank. At one point, you know, it got to a point where Floyd was just looking at Gervonta Davis. It's a dollar sign. I don't fuck with him, but he bringing me some money. So, you know, hey, it is what it is. And then now it's like he's not with TMT Promotions, but we got rights to this fight. You know what I'm saying? We got some rights to this fight as promoters. So, you know, I'm going to do what I got to do. But after that, because y'all got to understand, if it wasn't for Leonard Ellerbe, this relationship would have been already done with a long time ago. But it's kind of like when you got two partners that you real close with, one of your partner don't fuck with your other partner that you real close with, but you the man in between trying to make everything cordial. You know what I'm saying? You the one that's stuck in the middle trying to make everything cordial. And that's what Leonard Ellaby is. Leonard Ellaby is like, nah, Floyd, you know, Floyd is just it. He go to Tank and like, Floyd, he just want the best for you and this and that. And then he go to Floyd and he like, man, look, Floyd, Tank is still young. You got to let up off of him a little bit. Tank, man, he still mean good, but he didn't know no better. He didn't mean that thing that he did. The stuff he was doing, he didn't really mean it. He's still young, so you got to let him slide, Floyd. And he going back and forth, trying to keep the relationship as cordial as it can be. So, that's what that is. So it don't surprise me that Floyd kicked Tank out of his gym and told him, you can't come back to this motherfucker. He don't fuck with him anyway. And that's just what it is. Now, I'm just waiting. You know what I'm saying? For one of the Gervonta Davis, committee people to come in and say that I'm hating on Tank Davis. I said what I just said about that situation. So I'm just waiting for one of y'all to come in and say that I'm hating on Tank Davis. Because, we can't talk about Tank without somebody saying that. G5, Gabe in the building. What's happening with it, G5? William Old School, what's happening with it? Rick Tim's in the building. What it do? Get the Smoke. What's happening with it? Man, Get the Smoke is one arguing ass nigga there. You ain't finna get nothing off on Get the Smoke. You think you finna get some shit off. If you think you gonna get a slide in with a comment, if Get the Smoke is in the building, you got another thing coming. He gonna argue your ass down. A1 Hoops on. What's happening with it? Ken Media, what's happening with it? Eric Gomes, what's happening with it? But yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna get into the lowdown, but the people that in here know why Floyd Mayweather really deep down don't like Gervonta Davis, and he got a reason not to like him. If I was Floyd, I would have been and put hands on that nigga. Bruce Gas, what's happening with it? OG in the building. A legend. Bruce Gas is a legend. For real. But yeah, y'all smash the like button. Y'all smash the like button. Continue to hit the like button. If you are in the building, continue to hit the like button. Brian Bradley said jealous. Like I said, man, Floyd Mayweather is not jealous of Gervonta Tank Davis. It's nothing in this world that Gervonta Davis has or done in his life that Floyd Mayweather ain't had, right? A million times over, ain't done a million times before, and can't do. And I'm not a Floyd Mayweather fan as far as outside of the ring. I was a Floyd Mayweather fan inside of the ring, but it ain't nothing in this world that Floyd Mayweather has to be jealous of Gervonta Davis. Real talk. Not a woman, not nothing material, not a goddamn nothing. Nothing in this world that you can think of that Floyd Mayweather can be jealous of Gervonta Davis of. Nothing. So that shit, you could throw that out the window. But like I said, if you know the real reason why he don't fuck with Tank, he has a valid reason. He has a valid reason. Like I said, if anybody got kids and got daughters, then you'll understand. But like I said, I'm gonna just leave it at that. As far as Tank, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be no setback for him. You know what I'm saying? He could go train at whatever gym he pretty much want to train. You know what I'm talking about? He could pretty much train at any gym he want to train with. You know what I'm talking about? In Las Vegas. So go to another gym and train. I don't know if he gonna get the same sparring in the same work that he could get in the Mayweather gym, but it is what it is. But yeah, my man Seattle Rick in the building. What's happening with it, Seattle? What's happening with it, Rick? Florida's a narcissist. Yeah, he definitely is a narcissist, John Kramer. But this situation, like I said, he's not in the wrong. Like I said, when if he has a reason not to like Gervonta Davis. Specs, he said, am I open the panel today? Speaks. Is it Speaks or Specs? I forget. But yeah, my guy, I might open the panel, man. I might open the panel. I don't know, because I got some things. I got somewhere to be in a little while. But we'll see. We'll see how I'm looking at on time if I open the panel or not. So we'll see. Because I'm not going to be able to do a show tomorrow. I got, we having my grandmother's funeral tomorrow. So I'm not going to be able to do no show tomorrow. But, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, but let's moving along. So we'll find out more about that situation, but we're not going to stick on that situation for too long. And like I said, if you're coming in the building, if you've been in the building, smash on the like button. And appreciate that, John Kramer. Appreciate that. King Grayson, I appreciate that. Jerome King, man, appreciate that. But yeah, man, Philly Bull, appreciate that. But yeah, man, as far as everything else that's going on, like I said, we are going to cook on this Errol Spence and Terence Crawford breaking news BS and all of that, man. I'm kind of sick of that. But let's go back to this Caleb Plant, David Benavidez. Let's go down this fight card, right? Let's talk about Cody Crowley and Ramos first, real quick. Let's touch on them real quick, because every fight on that card is a fire-ass fight. Cody Crowley, man, listening to him talk, you know what I'm saying? Listening to Cody Crowley talk, man, I'm starting to like him more as a fighter, man, because I haven't watched too much of Cody Crowley. I'm not going to sit up here and act like I've been knowing Cody Crowley and I didn't study a lot of film on him, because I haven't. I know he fought on the undercard of Errol Spence and Ugas, right? I remember him fighting on the undercard of Errol Spence and Ugas. He fought Josito Lopez, right? When I got to the arena, he was in the ring fighting. I didn't really pay too much attention to that fight, because I got to the arena and I went down, you know what I'm saying? I went down to my seat, and then I left while they was fighting, and I went up to the press box, to the presidential suites, and I was in there kicking it with Coach. So, me and Coach, and rest in peace to my brother Coach. Me and Coach and the Queen, Lania, we in there, we having fun, we talking to each other. Dak Prescott is in the presidential suite with us. So we all hanging out. So at that time, Cody Crowley was fighting Josito Lopez. So I kind of missed the fight. I never watched that fight. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't never seen Cody Crowley fight, to tell you the truth. I'm gonna kick the real to y'all. I might have seen him fight once. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I never really seen Cody Crowley fight like that. But I'm hearing he pretty solid. But I'm hearing the way that he's speaking, right? And he's speaking like, hey, they need to bring back 15 rounds, because I'm a 15-round fighter. He said, these dudes, if you're not prepared to throw 1,000 punches a fight or more, you shouldn't even get in the ring with me, because you can't keep up with me. I'm an old school throwback fighter. And he told him, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna drown this dude. I'm finna drown Ramos. And I'm listening to him talk, and then he's talking about how he's had a lot of mental health issues, and his dad suffered with, he killed himself not too long ago. And Cody Crowley, man, he seemed like that he's fighting for a lot. But he seemed like, man, he got that old school dog mentality. that mentality of a throwback, 15-round fighter guy, and you don't really hear too many shit. Fuck it. When was the last time y'all heard a fighter say they need to bring back 15 rounds? I want to fight. You ain't hearing fighters say I want to fight 15 rounds. So that shit stood out to me. Now I've seen Ramos fight. Jesus Ramos. Okay, it's the younger Ramos that's fighting Joey Spencer, and then it's the older Ramos that's fighting Cody Crowley. I get their names mixed up. It's Jesus and it's Abel. It's Abel Ramos. Abel Ramos that Cody Crowley is fighting, right? Abel Ramos. And Abel Ramos is not, like, he ain't all that to me. You know what I'm talking about? He cool, but he ain't all that. So just by seeing Cody Crowley's confidence, hearing how he talking, and that 15-round shit is all I need to hear. And I'm going out on a limb. I usually don't do this without studying the fighter, but I'm going with Cody Crowley. You know what I'm saying? I'm going with Cody Crowley to just, overwhelm Jesus Ramos. Because I know how, Abel Ramos, my bad, Abel Ramos. I'm going with Cody Crowley. Crowley, that's how you say Cody Crowley, to just overwhelm Abel Ramos and get the W. So yeah, I'm definitely going with Cody Crowley in this in this fight. Hell of a fight. It's gonna be a war. Cause I know how Abel Ramos fight. He's an all-action packed fighter himself. So this is gonna be a war. Don't miss it. Order the pay-per-view early. Then let's move on. Let's move on to Joey Spencer and Jesus Ramos. Let's talk about Joey Spencer and Jesus Ramos. Jesus Ramos, he's another action-packed fighter. Got good power. He's a good overall fighter. He's not special. He's a good overall fighter. But Joey Spencer, you know what I'm saying? Joey Spencer, he another fighter that's going to be right there in front of you. Like to bang it out. Got a little bit of boxing skills, but, he needs to get better on his defense. He's lacking in defense. But these are two great match fighters. Like, this is a great matchup because we're going to see another fight where both of these fighters are going to be in the middle of the ring, and they're going to eventually bang it out. Yeah, Joey Spencer is going to try to come out there using his boxing skills, but that shit ain't going to last too long. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to last too long because Ramos is going to be pressing him, and he's going to make Joey Spencer have to fight. And that's just what it's going to come down to. Now, in this fight, I'm going to have to go with Ramos. I'm going to go with Jesus Ramos in this fight. I've seen Joey Spencer struggle too many times against lower-level opposition that he was picked to just go in there and run through. I think it's going to be a hell of a fight, but I think it's going to go the distance. I think this fight is not going to end in a knockout, but I think that the Ramos family is going to go 1-1. I got Abel Ramos losing. I got Jesus Ramos getting the W over Joey Spencer, but it's going to be a close fight. It's going to be a close fight. Both fights are going to be fairly close, I believe. So those two fights, I believe, probably going to be the two fights to start out the pay-per-view card. And then you got, let me sip some water. Slow down a little bit. A1 Hoops on. What's happening with it? Yeah. But like I said, if you want to support the channel, you can hit the Cash App, support the channel. And, people called me and told me my super chat ain't working. So, drop some bread in the super chat and refresh the super chat. You know what I'm saying? Because the super chat ain't working. And obviously it ain't working because I ain't got Nan super chat or Nan Cash App. But, yeah, I appreciate everybody that's commenting. Continue to hit the like button for sure. Now, as far as the co-main event, man, that co-main event is finna be fireworks. You see what I'm saying, man? That co-main event is finna be fireworks with Chris Colbert You know what I'm saying? Prime time, he like to call himself, but I'm going to call him Lil B-Hop, right? Because he don't deserve that name Prime Time. You got to earn that name Prime Time, and he ain't did shit to earn that name Prime Time. So we going to call him Lil B-Hop. Lil B-Hop, Chris Colbert, is fighting Jose Valenzuela. You know what I'm saying? Jose Valenzuela, he came in his last fight and got knocked the fuck out because he wasn't disciplined. He was doing all type of extra shit outside of the ring. You know what I'm talking about? And it caught up to him. That's just what it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it with y'all. You know, he had that bottle up to his lips, partying a lot too much, not a little bit too much, a lot too much. And all of that shit caught up to Jose Valenzuela. And he stepped in the ring with my man, what was it, Santos? I forgot. Man, what was the old boy that knocked him out? The Puerto Rican cat. He stepped in the ring and he got destroyed. You know what I'm talking about? He got destroyed. You know what I'm talking about? And my man William, old school, in the building with the super chat refresher. You know what I'm talking about? He go with the super chat refresher because the super chat wasn't working. And my baby Gina is in the building. What's up? What's up with it, baby? Dub Rightside said, yeah, De Los Santos. That's what it was. So Dub Rightside gave me the name. Yeah, De Los Santos. He put a whooping on Ryu. But like I said, a lot of that shit was because Ryu, he wasn't doing what he was supposed to be doing outside of the ring. You know what I'm saying? If you want to see somebody that looked worse than Devin Haney did, and Ryu looked worse than Devin Haney did the week of the fight. This is before they even weighed in. His eyes were literally black. And I said, yeah, man, he killing himself trying to make that weight because he been fucking off too much. And he went out there and he looked like a shell of himself in that De Los Santos fight. You know what I'm saying? He looked like a shell of himself in that Edwin De Los Santos fight. And now, right? Now he got a chance to see what happens if you don't take the sport of boxing for real. If you ain't taking the sport of boxing serious like you should, that's what can happen. But I think that Jose Valenzuela take that as a learning lesson. As far as Chris Colbert, you know what I'm saying, Lil B-Hop, not prime time. I might start calling him prime time if he fuck around and win this fight. But until the end, he ain't prime time, right? Now, Lil B-Hop, he did the same shit. And he admitted that he did the same shit. He went in there against Hector Garcia, and Hector Garcia put the fucking beating on him. Hector Garcia beat his ass from one side of the ring to the other. And basically took all of the prime and the time out of his ass. He beat the prime and the time out of motherfucking Lil B-Hop. He beat the dog shit out of Lil B-Hop. You know what I'm saying? He had Lil B-Hop really wanting to quit. Lil B-Hop didn't even want to fight no more. He was looking for a way out of the fight. He wanted to quit. But, you know, he lasted 12 rounds, and that's pretty much all he did because he got the dog shit beat out of him. But he came and he, you know, he's saying that before he was never focused. He didn't never train like he was supposed to train. He got too comfortable. He was only training a couple times a week and things like that. So he had a lot of excuses. But the thing is, if I look at Lil B-Hop and I look at Hector Garcia just a better fighter. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Hector Garcia is just an all-around better fighter than Lil B-Hop. Yeah, Gabe say facts. He quit, but he lasted 12. Yeah. See, he checked out of that fight. But like I said, he lasted to 12 rounds, but he really quit. You know what I'm talking about? But, you know, it was tough enough to last 12 rounds. But so, in this fight, right, you got two fighters coming off of L. You got two fighters that really need to build their confidence up because Lil B-Hop is telling you that, oh, man, this fight ain't that serious. To me, every fight is serious. So he says this fight is not a do or die fight. This fight ain't no more serious than any other fight. And you take every fight serious. But then you turned around and before you said that you wasn't taking boxing serious. You was too relaxed. You wasn't training like you were supposed to be training. So, bro, you contradicting yourself. At the end of the day, if I look at this fight, I look at B-Hop, man, he has the better all-around boxing skills as far as, you know, that pity-pat boxing skills. He has better defense, but his kryptonite is pressure fighters that can punch. And Jose Valenzuela is a pressure fighter that can punch. Jose Valenzuela's kryptonite is somebody that can box and that can pack a punch. B-Hop can box, but he don't pack no punch. You know what I'm saying? He ain't coming with shit. So I think my prediction for this B-Hop in Raul fight, I got Raul beating B-Hop. You know, I think it's gonna be a good fight. I think the fight is gonna go down to the wire. But I got Valenzuela beating B-Hop because B-Hop, I've seen him have a lot of trouble with multiple pressure fighters. And now you got a pressure fighter that can fight. And we see what B-Hop does when he's in the ring with a fighter that can punch. If you hurt him, he'll check out. You know what I'm saying? And Raul Valenzuela, we seen him get hurt several times versus De Los Santos, but every time he got knocked down, he was coming right in there and trying to bang. He was right in there with the shit. You know what I'm saying? He was right in there trying to get his get back, and that's what caused him to get knocked out clean. But he don't have to worry about getting knocked out by Lil B-Hop because he don't pack no motherfucking punch. You know what I'm talking about? So that's just what it is. I got Raul winning that fight. So, yeah, them my fight predictions. You know what I'm saying? Them are my fight predictions. And that's how I got them fights going. Now, the main event, man, y'all smash on the like button. Y'all smash the like button if you ain't hit the like button yet. And let's cook on this main event, man, because this main event finna be fireworks. The press conference was fireworks. If y'all missed the press conference with David Benavidez and Caleb Plant today, go back and watch that shit, but don't watch it right now. You know what I'm saying? Watch it after I get done cooking and go back and watch it. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second, y'all. But yeah, man, that press conference was hard. Like, real talk. And I like the energy that both fighters brought. You could tell that everybody around David Benavidez, everybody at Showtime, all the higher ups was in David Benavidez's ear telling him to keep his cool. Like, you know, they was probably on his helmet so much that it was aggravating to him to where he was like, do y'all think I'm just going to go out here and punch this man? Like, get fucking serious. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know how to keep my cool. I'm not about to go out and punch this man in his mouth because David Benavidez, he was a lot more calm. You know what I'm saying? He was able to keep his cool, but he was still talking this shit. But Caleb Plant, he was the one that kind of brought it more in this press conference. Like, I like how Caleb Plant brought it in his press conference. I was very vocal on how I thought Caleb Plant was looking a little timid in the first press conference that they did to announce the fight. I thought he was looking a little timid. Hands was in his pocket. He wasn't like really, he didn't want to say nothing to David Benavidez. It looked to get him pissed off. But nah, Caleb Plant was with the shits this interview. This press conference. Diana, I see you in the building. Salute, Queen. Sid Jappy, what's happening with it? Salute to you. Macados, Mac of the South in the building. What it do? But Caleb Plant was with the shits. You know what I'm talking about? Caleb Plant looked like he ready to get it on. And that just makes me more excited for this fight. Because I always been excited for this fight. But when you got one man that looked like he went to shits, and that was David Benavidez, and you got another man that was kind of looking timid at first, you know what I'm saying? But nah, Caleb Plant came with it. And he trolled David Benavidez, and that shit had me dying laughing. And I rock with David Benavidez heavy. That's my boy. You know what I'm saying? And I rock with Caleb Plant heavy. But I ain't gonna lie. Caleb Plant had me cracking up when he came up to that podium and he was pretending like he was reading off a paper and shit. Hey, Caleb Plant got that dry sarcasm and shit, man. That shit was funny as hell. It was hella funny, man, how he was trolling David Benavidez, and you know that shit pissed off David Benavidez. He went up there, he's like, "Hi, my name is Caleb Plant, and I just want everybody to know on March the 25th, me, Caleb Plant," and then he looked at David Benavidez. He said, "Man, get the fuck out of here with that shit." Hey, that was funny. Like the way he came up to the podium, man, that shit was funny as hell. So, and yeah, man, Caleb Plant, man, he went to shit. He was talking that spicy shit to David Benavidez, like, yeah, now you've been talking all that rah-rah shit. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm going to get in the ring and I'm going to show everybody that I'm going to whoop your ass. I'm going to show everybody that I'm going to whoop your ass. But one thing I didn't like, right? And I like Breadman, right? I like Breadman, but one thing I didn't like is Breadman's approach. Specs in the building. He says, adding some color to the chat. Hit the like. Man, I appreciate you. Speaks, I appreciate you, my guy. I appreciate you. But man, one thing I didn't like, right? Because you could tell one coach, you could tell the relationship different, right? When you hear David Benavidez's dad talk, David Benavidez's pops is 150% confident in his son. He like, look, my son is going to beat the shit out of Caleb Plant because he's trained like never before. He's in tip-top condition. He's hungry. He this, and that. And I guarantee you that he going to go out there and we going to get this fucking knockout. Ain't no doubt about it. But then when you hear Breadman, they like, Breadman, tell us why you think your fighter, Caleb Plant, is going to get the victory on Saturday night. And he like, well, you know, I mean, you know, we can make predictions all along, but you know, the thing is, you know, it's up to Caleb Plant to just go in there and, you know, do what he has to do to get the victory. We'll see, you know, if Caleb Plant, you know, is good enough and if he can implement what he has to do. But, you know, we all know it's a different story when you got somebody coming in there, you know, that's pressing you and throwing a whole bunch of punches at you. So we just got to see what happens, you know, on Saturday night. And it's like, bro, hold on. Like, if I'm Caleb Plant at that point in time, I'm looking at Breadman in the face. Funny, bro. I'm like, hold on, bro. Is you with me or are you with me because you getting the bag? Because I'm a high-class fighter and you getting the bag. I'm looking at him like, bro, they asked you to break down why you think I will win the fight. And you basically told everybody that I'm just basically selling wolf tickets. I ain't really got no chance to win. Or it's a 50-50 chance I win. I don't want my coach talking about me like that. Like, real talk, I don't want a coach that's talking about me like that. Like, you don't look like you have no confidence in me, dog. And the thing is you could tell the different relationships. You could tell that David Benavidez and his father been together for life, obviously. And then you could tell somebody that Breadman and Caleb Plant, they just kind of got together. You know what I'm saying? You could tell, like, okay, I'm not really invested in this man like that. He's just a fighter that I'm training, that I'm getting a payday with. So it is what it is. That's the energy that he brought to me, and I didn't like that energy. Even Caleb Plant's last coach brought a lot better energy and was able to tell why Caleb Plant was going to get the victory over Canelo or whoever else he fought. I didn't like that shit from Breadman. And I can understand people like, well, he's humble. No, that's not the definition of being humble. Like, I didn't like that shit. It's kind of like now I'm looking at you. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at you sideways, bro. Like, do you think I'm going to win the fight or not? And see, me, why I feel so strongly about this is not even because of that. Right? It's not even because of that, John Kramer. That ain't it. That's not it. Another reason why I feel so strongly about it is because he did another interview, right, a week or two ago, and he was complaining about the training camp that they had. He was like, I think that Caleb Plant is having an unnecessary long training camp. Like, I think you only need about 4 weeks to get ready for a fight. Well, we saw how that worked out with Julian Jack with J-Rock, right? We saw how only needing 4 weeks or 5 weeks to get ready in the camp worked out for J-Rock. That shit didn't really work out at all, did it? So he's complaining, saying that, it's just like, I'm missing out on my family and things like that. And it's like, I'm trying to tell Caleb that he doesn't need 10 weeks or whatever to get ready in training camp, or 8 weeks or whatever. Like, you only need 6 weeks at the most. He was like, so, it's kind of like irritating, and he's talking, and I'm like, bro, why would you even say some shit like that? He's like, but Caleb Plant, he just, he wants to be a perfectionist, and sometimes it's like, like it's unnecessary. Like, he's like, Caleb Plant has been a fighter. He's been boxing since he was a kid, and he's not a fighter. He's not a real big 168 pounder, and he's not a fighter that really needs to stay in shape. Oh, he said he's not a fighter that doesn't stay in shape. So it's like, it's no reason for him to want to be having these long training camps like this. It ain't no reason for that. And so now when I hear Breadman say that, and then when I hear Breadman talk like how he talked in the press conference, I'm like, bro, is you with me, or you just getting a payday because you know that I'm a big name fighter? Because what other big name fighters does Breadman have in his stable? Name me one fighter that has a bigger name than Caleb Plant that Breadman trains. He don't. And if you want to go back to he only need a 4-week training camp, 5 weeks or whatever, how did that shit work out for his other fighters? How did it work out for the top fighter that we know of him from having? The top fighter that he's had is J-Rock. How did that shit work out with J-Rock? Yeah, not good at all. Maybe that's why J-Rock was always getting knocked out, because he wasn't in tip-top condition, because he only having 4-week training camps. I'm just saying, put 2 and 2 together. I didn't like Breadman's whole take on this shit, man. Like I said, and Caleb Plant, if he don't get the W, he might need to look at getting rid of Breadman, man, because that energy, man, that shit means a lot. If your coach acting like he don't believe in you, bro, I don't want to fuck with you. KG Alexander said Caleb should have hit him how AB did Ellaby, and said, shut that soft ass shit up. Yeah, use a bitch ass nigga. Yeah, use a bitch ass. Yeah, shut that soft ass shit up. You can do it. Yeah, shut that soft ass shit up. Bitch ass nigga. Yeah, AB. He should have hit him with that shit. See, I'm the type of dude that would have took the mic from his ass. Hold up. Bitch, you don't believe in me? So we've been training all this time and you up here with this soft ass shit? Yeah, don't give him the mic no more. I'm gonna prove what I'm gonna do in the ring. Like, yeah, man, that shit, like, that shit crazy, man. Like, bread man, dog. Like, come on, dog. You was complaining about how long his training camp was, talking about that you missing out. And he was like, I'm missing out on too many things with my kids and my family. He want to have these long ass training camps. He want to be a perfectionist at everything. I'm like, bro, why would you say some shit like that, dog? Like, it's things that should be said and other things that shouldn't be said. We should never hear a trainer complaining about a fighter and how hard he wants to work and telling people that it's not necessary. He don't need to work that hard and he don't need a training camp that long, and saying it in public. Bro, like, you know, I'm not feeling that. He out of bounds for that shit, dog. Like, he's way out of bounds for that shit. Way out of bounds. What y'all think about that? Now that I've let y'all know, like, what do y'all think about that? Mr. Mechanical says, I thought your job was to train. I thought your job was to train. What the fuck? Real talk. Diana says, I do agree. I think you talking about you agree with me. Cinnamon Savage says, bro, I thought there was a more of a size difference between Caleb and David. They're nearly the same size. Right now they're the same size, but Caleb Plant, he don't rehydrate that big. And David Benavidez, he gonna put, I think David Benavidez said he's finna put on 20-some pounds. I think he said he gonna rehydrate and put on 22 pounds. He said, once I rehydrate and put on like this 22 pounds, it's gonna be a big size difference. So yeah, so it's gonna be a big size difference fight night. Broderick Hunter says Plant should have dropped him then. He said he thinks that Plant should have dropped Breadman. Well, you can't drop him in the middle of the fight or in the middle of a training camp. But if he don't win this fight, he might need to look at getting rid of Breadman because, like I said, to me, if I'm on the outside looking in, Breadman is not invested in Caleb Plant like that, right? Breadman is more invested in the fighters that he has been with throughout his career. The fighters that he have a real close, tight relationship with. You know what I'm talking about? It don't look like he's investing into Caleb Plant like that, but it's an opportunity. If Caleb Plant call, it's an opportunity that you don't want to let go, because at the end of the day, these trainers and everybody can say it's not for the money. Well, if it ain't for the money, go ahead and train them for free. If it ain't got nothing to do with the money, because that's what they always like to tell us. Well, it ain't got nothing to do with the money. Okay, well, train them for free then. It ain't got nothing to do with the money. Give them a free training camp then. You ain't gonna do that. So yeah, it's the money. It's not, you know what I'm saying? Part of it is the money. Another part of it is having that high caliber name in your stable. Is what it is. It's the credentials. You know what I'm saying? The money, having that high caliber name, right, in your stable, bringing you the credentials. Manny said, if I'm David, I'm laying on Plant and getting him out of there in the later rounds. Yeah, I mean, I think that's his. Well, he said he guaranteeing the 6th round knockout. You know what I'm talking about? He guaranteeing the 6th round knockout. Zenith say Plant looked big because most of David's past opponents were smaller guys. Yeah, coming up in weight. Yeah, a lot of them was. But I mean, Caleb Plant is just the guy that's like you could tell David Benavidez right now. My guy David, he looked like a totally different person in the face. Like you could tell his face is like sunk in and drained in. His face looked real small, and Caleb Plant pretty much looked normal. You know what I'm saying? Caleb Plant looked normal because he don't have to cut too much weight because he stay in shape all year round. So he's not one of those fighters that's going to training camp and having to cut down 20 pounds and shit like that. I remember shit probably like a month ago, I remember seeing Ellie Setback, David Benavidez in the Ellie Setback interview in the gym, and Ellie Setback was telling David Benavidez how good of a shape he was in. And he was like, man, you're already on weight right now. You can fight right now. And David Benavidez was like, nah, bro. He was like, I'm like 190 right now. He was like, I'm in good shape though. He was like, but I'm like 190 right now. So, you know, David Benavidez, if he's not training, he probably got to cut down, you know, a good 40 pounds. Which in, you know, Caleb Plant, they fight at 168. He probably only got to cut down maybe 15 pounds at the most. Yeah, my man, Kwame, what's happening with it? Kwame East in the building. He said, salute, King. Then he said, best shape I've ever seen him in. Yeah, he's talking about, I believe you said David Benavidez. Yeah, best shape he's ever been in. He said this is the best shape he ever been in. We ain't never seen David Benavidez have 8 abs, let alone 6 abs. You know what I'm talking about? Cinnamon Savage say Caleb is natural 168 pounder. He probably can make 160 if he wanted to. Yeah, that would be dope. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't never mind seeing Caleb Plant at 160 because he definitely should be able to make 160. Like, look how big Jamal Charlo is. Excuse me. Jamal Charlo is bigger than Caleb Plant. And if Jamal Charlo can make 160, Caleb Plant damn sure can make 160. So Caleb Plant is not... Excuse me. Caleb Plant is not a big 168 pounder anyway. But man, this fight, man, I don't know. Like, it's a whole lot of elements in this fight. Like, I love Caleb Plant's energy. Like, Caleb Plant look confident as a motherfucker. Now but his coach don't look like he's invested in him. So, like, a plus for me is Caleb Plant's confidence with the ability that he already brings. So then I look at it, I'm like, man, I'm confident with Caleb Plant. But then I hear his coach, and I'm like, man, his coach, I don't know. That motherfucker, his coach acting a little funny. His coach acting like he don't want to be there. And then David Benavidez, I'm looking at David Benavidez, and I'm like, man, David Benavidez, man, he's more confident than ever, and he's always confident. And I'm looking at David Benavidez and how he wrecks shit. And I'm like, ain't nobody ever been able to really keep up with David Benavidez when he's in shape. When he's on his A game, can't nobody keep up with his punch output in the body punch and everything that he do, right? Then I'm looking at David Benavidez's dad, and I'm like, his dad is talking that shit too. And his dad really, really believes in his heart that his son is going to go out there and wreck shop. And so I'm like, man, I'm real confident with David Benavidez. But then I hear David Benavidez and he's guaranteeing a knockout. He's guaranteeing a 6-round knockout. And he also said, look, if I don't, he said, I have to knock out Caleb Plant. If I don't knock him out and do it in better devastating fashion than Canelo Alvarez, if I just get a win and I don't knock him out, I'm going to be disappointed. So now I'm looking at the fight and I'm like, okay, well, what if the 6th round then pass, the 8th, the 9th, the 10th, you in the 11th, and the fight is close, and now, like, you doing dumb shit trying to make sure that you get a knockout because you promised everybody, and David Benavidez, he a man that like to stand on his word. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's going to bother him if he don't stand on what he said he was going to do. And he said that it was going to bother him. So now I'm looking at this and I'm like, hey, what if he ain't knocking out? What if he don't get the knockout? Or what if he the fight is late and it's a close fight, and he's overexerting himself trying to knock out Caleb Plant and leaving himself open, what might happen? Because now you already in there talking about that you don't think that Caleb Plant got power. And what if Caleb Plant hurt you? Well, if Caleb Plant do really got power like they saying he do. A lot of these, I've heard sparring partners come out that sparred with David Benavidez and sparred with Caleb Plant. And a lot of them said that in sparring, when Caleb Plant sit down on his punches, he actually punch a lot harder than David Benavidez do. Heard a couple sparring partners say he hit hard, like he could crack. He just don't, sit down on his punches in a lot of fights to show his power. But they've been working on that in training. So it's like, man, this is a toss-up fight. This is a 50-50 fight. It's a lot of elements to this fight that you got to think about when picking a winner. It's easy to just go out there and say, look at what David Benavidez does. He overwhelms his opponents. You can't stop him. And he going to go out there and he going to knock out Caleb Plant. And Caleb Plant gets tired. It's easy to say that shit. But on the other end, you got to look at all the elements I just broke down. You also got to look at, has Caleb Plant ever been in a ring with anybody that's on the level? Has David Benavidez ever been in a ring with anybody that's even near the level of Caleb Plant? That could box like Caleb Plant, that has the athleticism that Caleb Plant does, that has a jab like Caleb Plant does, and all of that. And he hasn't. Never been in a ring with nobody like Caleb Plant. And like a lot of people say, a lot of those guys that he been in the ring with are fighters coming up to 168 pounds. So like I said, man, it's a lot of elements to this fight. A lot of elements to this fight. It is not an easy fight to pick, even though a lot of people think it is. It's not an easy fight to pick. This is a true 50-50 fight. And it's a treat for the fans, man. It really is. It's a treat for the fans, I'm just gonna sit back as a fan. I'm a mega fan of this fight. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all call me a super fan when it comes to this fight. I'm gonna sit back as a super fan of this fight and just see how it play out. You know what I'm talking about? Just see how it play out. Nick J says David Benavidez in 9, Plant getting stopped. A lot of people think they think it's gonna be easy. I don't think so. But like I said, Plant can get stopped. He can get stopped, or he can win. I don't know, man. But like I said, I initially picked David Benavidez to win the fight, and I'm gonna stick with my pick. Man. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a hell of a fight. It's a 50-50 fight, 50-50 type fight. But I'm not gonna switch up my pick. I'm gonna stick with who I'm picking with. I'm gonna stick to my guns. It's a 50-50 fight. Oh, I answered that earlier in the show, Cinnamon Savage. I said I picked Ramos over Joey Spencer. Yeah. Nick J say it won't be easy. Plant getting stopped, too much pressure. Them pipes gonna bust. And you could be 150% right, Nick J. I initially thought that. But I gotta see, man, if Plant, I'm gonna tell y'all like I've been telling y'all, if Caleb Plant is in 15-round shape and he does not let David Benavidez overwhelm him to where he starts wearing down, he can win this fight. But if he get tired, it's a wrap. If he get tired, it's a wrap. If Caleb Plant get tired, it is a wrap. Good night. But let's see what type of shape he in. He say he in the best shape of his life. He say he is the strongest that he's ever been in his life. So let's see what it is. You know what I'm talking about? John Kramer says Plant has to go to the body if he wants to have a chance in the fight. I'm not gonna say if he want to have a chance. I mean, I think he got a chance because he's on that level. We you know what I'm saying? Both of these fighters are elite level fighters. You know what I'm saying? It's just who wants it more, who can do what they're good at, right? The best. Who can implement what they want to do in the fight the best, and who is in the better shape. If both of them are in 15-round shape, then we got an even better fight. But like I said, we know that David Benavidez is a 15-round fighter. We know that already. David Benavidez is a 15-round fighter. No doubt about it. Motherfucker, once the 12th round ends, he can continue fighting. Can Caleb Plant, can he be a 15-round fighter? We don't know. Because we seen him fade in the Canelo Alvarez fight. But Canelo Alvarez was hitting him with some vicious body shots and made him fade. We seen him fade down the stretch in the Jose Uzgatiki fight. He didn't look, but in the Anthony Dirrell fight though, he still looked like when he stopped Dirrell in the 10th or 11th round. Late in the fight, he stopped Dirrell, and when he stopped Dirrell, he looked like he was still in great shape, like he could have been still, fighting like it was nothing. He wasn't tired. But let y'all know something before we move on to this Errol Spence and Terence Crawford thing. One key thing that I think is a big plus for Caleb Plant is Breadman said that Caleb Plant, right, he didn't really spar that much before. You know what I'm talking about? Like they said, Caleb Plant, he wasn't a fighter that sparred really. He would just, spar a little bit and then go into his fights. He didn't believe in sparring. And he said when he came and he started training Caleb Plant, he changed that. He said he changed it to where, because he feels that a fighter needs to spar. You need to spar to get in shape and, run also. But he said sparring is a big part of their camp. And that's one thing that he implemented that Caleb Plant wasn't doing like he should have been doing. So that could be a big reason why he was getting tired all the time, because he wasn't really sparring that much in camps. So let's see. Who's a fighter that don't spar? I think Anthony Yard don't spar. And Anthony Yard is a front runner. Anthony Yard is a fighter, right? To use an example, Anthony Yard is a fighter that does not spar. He talks about that he don't spar, right? And he's a front runner. He's a fighter that is very, very good in the early rounds. And if you can take him to the late rounds, he fades. So this might be a key element that now Caleb Plant spars like he should. Maybe he can, maybe now he won't fade because he has a lot more stamina. Let's see. You know what I'm talking about? But Nick J, that's what I'm saying. You always gas out. But yeah. So y'all smash the like button. Y'all smash on that like button. Money Brown, what's happening with it? So y'all smash the like button. Drop $1 in the super chat. Refresh the super chat. You know what I'm saying? I just got 2 phone calls from people that tell me that they trying to super chat and the super chat is not working. But let's talk about this Errol Spence and Terence Crawford stuff real quick, man. Before I get up out of here. Let's cook on this Errol Spence and Terence Crawford-ish before I get up out of here. My man Matthew Thomas in the super chat with the super chat refresher. He says, yo, ETB, what it do? This boxing getting turned up. Man, ain't it? Ain't it though? Matthew Thomas, ain't it turned up? I'm telling y'all, man. My man Dub, respectfully right side in the Cash App. I appreciate you, man, for the Cash App refresher. Man, my man Dub right side, respectfully, with the Cash App refresher. Now, here we go with the breaking news. Errol Spence and Terence Crawford is set for June the 17th. The fight is final. We gonna do this again. This is what we gonna do again, y'all. A lot of people already believe in it. A lot of people already in here, man, I'm getting my tickets. Such and such said it was breaking news in the fight date. This is what we doing again, y'all. This is what we doing again, y'all. I'm not going to do it again. I'm not finna do it again. And really, you know, I think it's, man, I'm not going to do it again. Like, real talk. I'm not finna do it again. This shit crazy. Ain't nobody but Money Brown gonna believe that shit. Ain't nobody, right? Ain't nobody in this motherfucker but Money Brown gonna drop 1 million videos and run with that shit. Now, Money Brown, he gonna do a live stream and tell y'all that they fighting on January the 17th. You know what I'm saying? And all that shit. But I'm not finna do that shit, bro. And this is where this shit is coming from, right? Let me pull up these little tweets, right? Motherfuckers got dates and everything already, right? So Terence Crawford, he drops a tweet and he says, we at the end with a winking emoji, right? Soon as Terence Crawford dropped that tweet, it said we at the end with a winking emoji. It was all type of breaking news and motherfuckers all of a sudden had dates that the fight was going to happen. All type of shit was going down. From Terence Crawford tweeting, we at the end with a winking emoji, right? That's all he said. Ain't said shit else, right? All of a sudden now his sources said and breaking news and we got dates and this is official now. But then right after Terence Crawford came with the tweet that he tweeted, we at the end with a winking emoji, Terence Crawford comes back. He waited a little bit, right? He waited a little bit and he come back and he say, shit be crazy how y'all just assume something and then just wrong with it. He said shit be crazy how y'all just run off, assume shit, and then you all the way wrong. You know what I'm saying? He came back, he tweeted we at the end, and then he came back a little bit later. He waited for motherfuckers to drop 1 million videos on the shit. That's what he did. He waited for you niggas to come out with the breaking news and to come out with the fight dates all of a sudden. Then he came on the back end and he said, shit be funny how y'all just run off and assume shit and be totally wrong. You know what I'm saying? So we know what he's talking about right there. Motherfuckers came and started making Errol Spence and Terence Crawford fight as official for June. Soon as they start doing that, he looking at the shit like, that shit funny how y'all assuming shit and then y'all be wrong. Now, how many times did they run off and do this same shit the last time with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford? And was wrong. Did we ever get to Errol Spence and Terence Crawford fight the last time? Did we ever get to fight the last time? Yeah, I didn't think so. I'm still waiting on the motherfucking the last November date that we had, and the last December date that we had, and the last September date that we had. I'm still waiting for that shit to go down. But I'm supposed to hear this shit replay all over again. And you think I'm finna run out and make a million videos talking about breaking news and fight dates and all? Man, I don't want to hear none of that shit. Until Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, Bo Mack, or motherfucking Derrick James come out with that shit, I don't want to hear none of that bullshit. Just because such and such on his platform or whoever got a platform want to run with that breaking news shit and give you dates, and y'all can believe that shit if you want to. I'll believe it when Errol Spence, I'm going to add somebody in there, right? Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, Derrick James, Bo Mack, or Steven Espinoza. If one of those 5 people that I named, right? That's a whole bunch of people that can come out and tell you when the fight going down. If one of those people come out and announce it, that's when I'll believe it. That's more than enough. I don't need to go to motherfucking such and such shit and click on some goddamn bullshit talking about some breaking news and fight dates and all of that shit. I'll wait for one of them to do it. Because we already went around that block. You know what I'm saying? And we know everybody wanna, you know what I'm saying, goddamn kick their mama over. You know what I'm saying? Run in front of a goddamn moving train to get out the goddamn news first and be wrong as 2 left foots. You know what I'm saying? Be wrong as 2 left foot. A1 Hoops On said, ETB said, fuck up. Man, fuck all that shit. Be wrong as hell, right? But I want to come run out and put the news out. I'm not doing that shit, bro. We not riding with that. So drop me an article. If anybody in here could drop me an article where Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, Steven Espinoza, Bo Mack, Derrick James, or any of them came out and gave a fight date and said the fight was on. Can anybody help me out? Anybody drop me a link to Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, Bo Mack, Steven Espinoza, motherfucking Derrick James? Can anybody drop me a link? I'm waiting. I want that link. Because it's a whole bunch of breaking news and fight dates out here. And I ain't seen shit from Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, Bo Mack, Steven Espinoza, none of them. You know what I'm talking about? William Old School said, if Spence ain't said it, don't believe it. You feel me, dog? But one thing, right? I'm not saying that it ain't possible. Right? I'm not saying that it's not a possibility that the fight happens. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that it's not, I'm not saying that they're not working on it. I'm not saying that they're not trying to make the fight happen. But all I'm saying is don't let these motherfuckers fool you because they want to come out and get in front of the goddamn pack and put some news out. And then when they wrong, say, well, things change. when they knew that they were just putting some shit out because they wanted to be first. You know what I'm talking about? So don't let nobody fool you until you hear out of Bud mouth, EJ mouth, or one of their trainers is Steven Espinoza. I don't even want to hear Mike Carpenter and them motherfuckers at ESPN say that shit. Real talk. I'm not even trying to hear that shit from them. And Diana, salute to the Queen Diana, always showing love with the super chat. I appreciate you, Queen. So it is what it is with me. I'm not finna get up here and argue with you niggas about this shit. I'm not gonna go get all excited and tell people to get their plane tickets and all that other shit, man. Like, we'll see. We'll sit back and we'll see. But I know that Terence Crawford, he's supposed to have a purse bid that was supposed to already have came up or should be coming up very soon, right? Terence Crawford should have a purse bid coming up real soon here, and we're going to see what happens with that. You know what I'm saying? Now, if that Alexis Rocher talk just disappear and we don't hear nothing else about it, well, then we might have action. But we'll see. You know what I'm saying? We'll see, man. It's the thing is we waited this long. Like, y'all think about it. Let me cut the music off. Hold on. Y'all got to think about it. We've already waited this long. You know what I'm saying? We've been high as a motherfucker, right? We've been high on the fight, like way up there through the roof. We done bought hotel rooms, plane tickets, all of that, right? We've been at the highest of high for this fight. Where we like, man, it's going down. I'm even have folks calling me left and right. Man, should I get my hotel ticket? Yeah, I'm like, yeah, get it, man. This shit going down for real. Go ahead and book it. I'm looking at hotel. I'm looking at rooms and shit. You know, all of that. To turn around and it didn't happen for that day. Turn around and do it again. Now, the third time, I'm not finna do it again. So we've already waited this long. Is it going to kill us? Do you have to come out with breaking news in the date? Do you got to do all that? Nah, we ain't got to do all that. You know what I'm saying? Let's just sit back and wait. So I'm saying all of that to say this. If you a fan, don't let these motherfuckers fool you with all that shit, with all that bullshit. Don't let them fool you. Just wait. Wait till it come out because just like Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis, right? Who came out with the news? Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis came out and told y'all. We ain't have to wait to hear from a million other people breaking news. We heard it from Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis. They were the ones who came out with it. And that's just what it's going to be when Errol Spence, when the fight is really official, Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, they going to be the ones to come out and say something. Or Steven Espinoza. That's it. That's easy. So I'm not finna worry myself about this. We got a lot of things going on in boxing to be worried about what Errol Spence and Terence Crawford doing all over again. Dub Rightside says, I don't believe that fight happening until these niggas are in the ring. Fuck all them reports. Respectfully, of course. And salute to my man, Dub, respectfully, Rightside. Yeah, man, Dub Rightside, that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. And so, right. So it also, right. I think it is a slap in the face to what we have going on this weekend, right? Why are we coming out with all this breaking news and dates and shit for Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, and you're taking focus off of a fight that we have going on this weekend that people should be focused on? You feel me? Save all of that bullshit. You could have saved that bullshit until after this weekend. You could have did this shit on Sunday or Monday. We don't need to hear all this bullshit, taking it away, taking the limelight and the shine away from David Benavidez and Caleb Plant in all of those fire-ass undercard fights that's on that card? You know what I'm saying? So, like, this is not the right time to be doing all that bullshit. Real talk. I'm not feeling that. You know, we got other things in boxing going on. Didn't have to be worried about Errol Spence and Terence Crawford and putting out fight dates, and then, oh well, man, they agreed, but they didn't agree, and then oh man, we thought it was gonna be in June, but man, now they talking July, and man, we thought it was gonna be in July, now they pushing the fight out to August. Well, man, I ain't trying to hear all that shit. Trying to hear all that. We did all that already. You know what I'm saying? We did all that. And let me see. Hold on, y'all. And Tara, salute to the Queen Tara in the Cash App. I appreciate you always showing love and supporting. You know. So if y'all want to, and I'm not telling y'all to not click and watch no videos. I'm just saying that if y'all want to be fooled, let them fool you. But I'm trying to tell y'all, don't get fooled by this shit and don't get all excited about this shit until we really know. When one of the fighters come out and said, or one of their trainers, or Steven Espinoza come out and announce it, then we can get excited, and then we can really start talking about this fight on a serious note. You feel me? Then we can start talking about this fight on a serious note. Other than that, we don't need to do all of that. Broderick Hunter says, all those headlines followed by questions. Damn question marks. Yeah, you know, we know what it is, bro. You know. But and my man Odie Abara always coming through, showing love off in that Cash App, man. Always showing love. You know what I'm saying? Always coming through and showing love, man. So I appreciate my man Odie, and everybody, man. Hit the like button, support the channel, show the love. You know, like I said, if you can't support it in the Cash App or the Super Chat, hey, support it by hitting the thumbs up. It's free. But yeah, yeah, man. Mr. Mechanical says, not one, only EJ, because we seen Bud live before way too much. But yeah, but we ain't never seen Bud say that the fight was officially on, right? And then it wasn't true. Like, if Bud come out and say that the fight is official, I'm not going to say that he lying. You know what I'm saying? Because that means that for him to say that, he would have had to sign a contract. You feel me? So we got to listen to, we got to wait now to see what these fighters say and what Steven Espinoza and people that's directly involved. I don't want to hear nobody that's fucking supposed to be running another company tell me what's going on with PBC and telling me fight dates with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. That's just what it is. And, you know, respectfully, like Dub Rightside like to say, I'm just keeping it 100. I don't want to hear that shit no more. You know, because I heard all that shit last time and all that shit turned out to be non-existent. But yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. We've been on here over an hour and 30 minutes. I appreciate everybody for coming through, showing love to the channel, showing support, you know, engaging in the chat. And like I said, we'll see. We're gonna see. But one thing that we can get excited for is this weekend, pay-per-view, David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant. Make sure, once again, you buy the pay-per-view. Don't stream it. Come out your motherfucking pockets. Dig into that bank account. Buy the pay-per-view. Support it. That way, it helps us get other big fights like Terence Crawford and Errol Spence that we want to see, right? That help us get other big fights if you pay for the pay-per-view. Make sure that you are a part and that when we come back on here on Sunday or Saturday night or Monday, you can say, I bought the pay-per-view. Make sure that you're one of the people that can say, I bought the pay-per-view. Or if you go somewhere and watch it like a fight party, you can at least say, look, I chipped in. I went to my partner's fight party, but I chipped in for the pay-per-view. I did my part. But if you at home, buy the pay-per-view. And with that being said, like I said, I appreciate everybody. Hit the like button before you get out the building if you haven't already done so. And y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again. And I'm gone.